Okay, the live stream should be starting up soon. Please give a moment to make sure everything's going. Twitter may be bugging out. Oh well. Lower priority on my thumbnail. Huh. The YouTube thumbnail now shows a random image of the live stream. Looks like YouTube may no longer need a manually thumbnail. Twitter's good to go. Rumble's good as well. Let me just double check my other computer, make sure that's working over there. And there you go. Yep, looks like everything's good to go. So, let's go and get started. First replay seems like an interesting name for a replay. Do I even really want to know? Oh, is it Portuguese versus somebody? Oh, let's find out. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. I keep wanting to say 4 or 2. Spawn on the south side as the blue French, we have Madonna. Spawn on the north side as the red Spanish, we have Winner. Let's see, French versus Spanish. Time old enemies, right? So like the English and the Spanish. Or the French and the English. Anything involving those three tends to be some old blood. Though I think the rivalry between the French and the English, or not French and English, yeah, between those two at least have taken head for most out of history. Though the Spanish is always a third wheel when it comes to that relationship. Trade posts going on up. Got of course the French villagers going as well. Both players have built out a trading post. Very good. And you got a shipment of villagers coming in for the Spanish. Let's see what cards he has. Got villagers, infinite wood, flowing trickle, villagers, wood, gold, pikemen, Rodelios, and churchwagen. Not sure what that provides. We don't see viceroys, royals of New Spain, boards of wood, covered wagon, Rodelios, lancers, falconets, infinite. Two falconets, not infinite. Wagon, the hired armored postiliers. I don't know why us read protesters. Swiss pikemen and the Scottish Highlanders. And more pikemen, heavy cannon, factory. For the French. The French has, of course, the Gorliers, however you pronounce that. Economic theory increases the collection rate for all resources. Very good for the already higher collection rate of the French villagers. And Ankin ships one royal embassy, which is the House of Bourbon, grants access to all of its royal units, upgrades, and 2 technologies. Urban units now cost population instead, which used to be like a native tribe, to say the least. And acquires from the royal embassy or your home city. And enable, yada yada. Then of course got more villagers, wood, gold, crossbows, range infantry hit points, cavalry hit points, and more villager hit points. I think those are a bit of a meme where just indestructible villagers for the French. Got more wood and then gold into team range infantry attack. So this French may not be eyeing for a lot of cavalry, but maybe I'm more infantry play with a cavalry alternative as well. Got skirmishers, cuirassiers. I have no idea how to pronounce many of these names, and I butchered them really bad. And more cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, and refrigeration. One of the few things that actually affect livestock, which the economic theory does not appear to affect livestock. And of course, got factory, and heavy cannons. The exotic doggo does go down. He is keeping his one shipment for the next age. Got the exploration age on the build queue. And his opponent does have exploration age being researched slightly slower than his opponent. Going for the Galvador. And for the French, you have the Quartermaster. Whatever that means, because I honestly can't remember them on the top of my head. Or at all. Let's see, the local tribes is the House of Wetton. Let's see, which does also grant some Trabants. Hit infantry with high hit points protects nearby allies by absorbing some damage, so it is a tank. And Crusaders, Saxon variant. Is that a fort wagon in H2? Okay, there's an H2 fort wagon available. Also ships a battery tower wagons for each 10 minutes of the game has passed. Well, I'm not sure what battery wagons are. And maybe just outposts. For enable battery tower enabled set star fort to obtainable reverments obtainable and adds one build limit. So both players have the possibility of getting out an H2 fort. And marriage politics. So this may be actually Austrian, if I know Civilization 5 or anything. And the other natives are the House of Oldenburg, which does grant access. Oh, the Royal Hunters. This is a unique skirmisher, a Danish skirmisher that also collects, able to collect up food. Very handy indeed. It is expensive, 140 food, but it can give you that food back. Give enough time. There's one way to get out additional villager queue, but you can only get a maximum of like 5, if I remember correctly. And of course got the Northern Musketeer, only costs food as well, with low hit points but high damage. So acts similar to a skirmisher, but is classified Musketeer.
Oui.
Do got the doggo engaging the explorer named Mr. Potato. And I think that's just more of a auto-generated name there. Oh, that is a brief summation of what this map has in store in cards and native tribes. We do have a outpost here. Spanish is eyeing for heavy amounts of gold here. I wonder if he's going for fast. Oh, if the Spanish is eyeing for fast fortress. And 9, still a good amount of gold at the moment. You can see here the gold and food income are equal. More housing, as was the barracks. The French is also eyeing for fast fortress as well. Outside, well, we got a barracks here who has deployed out a single musketeer. And something camouflage nearby, probably the scout, the French native scout right there. Quite wounded, down with 7 health. And now we've got the great coat to increase health of the French villagers. It does get the next age. Let's see if we can see any shipments out. We'll see May went for cords of wood as a shipment. And going for some skirmish now. Looks like he's hiring for heavy skirmishers. And we do have Rodelios. Rodelios. I think that's how it's pronounced, if I actually slow down and try to pronounce it. Another trading post coming up for the French. There's next age for the Spanish. He's immediately eyeing for the cords of wood, not for the cover wagon. One if I actually better pronouncing names. We've got, looks like, good number of pikemen. Looks like we've got a archaic army in point field. These guys do bonus damage versus cavalry and versus the shock infantry. Their attack speed is relatively average. Good, but average.
Preparado.
These guys are also effective for shock infantry and cavalry. Of course, Rodelios, I can't even, now I have to sit down, slow down, and actually look at it. They're fast moving, they have good attack speed, only slightly better than the pikemen in melee. Skirmishers, they do bonus damage versus heavy infantry. They do less damage versus shock infantry. Remember, the Rodalios are not shock infantry. They are another form of infantry. As the first shock infantry was actually the Coyote Runners as their own unique class. They are classified as heavy infantry, so the skirmishers will do bonus damage versus them. So skirmishers are good to counter. The Dragoons are a range unit. They do bonus damage versus a heavy cav. So they're not going to be useful versus these Rodalios. Saying every single time differently. We have some Falconets who are going to be very effective versus these skirmishers. We also got a single musketeer here. Yep, at this one time, the damage output's not too significant. I have to remember, they don't appear to have gotten... Oh, we got the Veteran Skirmisher, which does do 18 damage. At rate attack of 3, so the Rodalios, the Veteran Rodalios do have higher DPS if they get into melee. Due to have a quarter wood being brought in. Does get some damage from the villager. Dragons do less damage versus villagers, does half damage. He does, they need to, the Falconets need to stay away from those Dragoons. Dragoons do bonus damage versus siege, though the Falconets do have range resistance damage, so the ×2 damage will be mostly nullified by the range resistance. So they basically do basic damage, which is still good, but nothing excelling. Now we got more Falconets on field. We got 4 Falconets. That is a lot of artillery there. He has plenty of anti-cavalry tools here. Skirmishers will get annihilated by the Falconets. Designed for some more Rodalios. More housing there is going for... Okay, that's not the arsenal. That is the siege workshop going for more Falconets. And these guys do move relatively quickly, so they can be cute over here. Does kill off one of the French villagers there. Very good. These villagers right now have 243 health, which is more health than these other units. So they can eat a lot of hits. Falconets push right forward. Falconets now engaging. One of Red's Falconets go down, one of Blue's goes down. These other units could advance it forward, but then not at the moment. Red does lose another Falconet. Blue's Falconet is wounded. These units are getting tied up right there. We do, of course, have the Explorers here. The other Blue Falconet has gone down. Rodalios are trying to engage these cavalry units now. They're starting to get hit. Falconets are hitting the Skirmishers, which are the good items for them. They have only 144 health. So they will get annihilated by the siege units, but now these Veteran Dragons will go into melee. Explorers trying to stop them. One Falconet does go, and the Rodalios do bonus damage to them. Looks like they will overrun the Falconets. The rest of these melee forces are being pinged on top. And now these units are falling on back as well. Somehow these skirmishers have, or these villagers have 243 health. I know people say they're nearly invincible, but villagers do have good health. These ones only have base health of 203. You have now more ships coming in. Lancers, anti-infantry cavalry, and the Falconet. We're delivering one. This is the one Falconet, so it is one of the infinite ones. He could deploy out some forward. He doesn't have enough gold to deploy out any mercenaries. Maybe a covered wagon wouldn't be half bad. And looks like he has not made usage of the House of Oldenburg. Another Falconet now deployed out in the field. And looks like the couriers are taking time to help herd these wildlife away from the center of the map. Now we have 3 Falconets on field. Lancers are classified as heavy cav, hand cav, heavy cav, land military unit. And they actually don't. It says they do lance for killing infantry, but they just do damage. They don't have any particular high damage versus any single target. They're basically a unique version of the Hussar. Their attack speed is 1.5, so that's pretty good. So they do hit as fast as the other melee units we see on the field. Of course, they're much more expensive. They cost 200. The Rodelios only cost 100. But of course, you get quite a bit of mobility there. Falconets push way forward. Let's find a handful of these French villagers. Some of them are starting to go down. Now the Corsairs advance up forward. Does get some damage on the Falconets. The Falconets are fine for the moment. The Falconets getting some great damage there. These skirmishers are falling on back. They don't want to advance on forward. They just to hit some of these villagers there. More Rodelios being deployed on the field. There's actually a number of other units here. They're all the skirmishers. They just had a couple of animations going on and I got confused. There's an arsenal here, so I'm not sure what up in the arsenal. Housing starting going down. The French player does have 26 villages at the moment. Does need to keep his housing alive. He does need to use it. Good ball there. More of the Venom Dragons push right forward. Rodelios are now engaging those in melee. All three of these Falconets are still alive. More rounds are raining on into the skirmishers. French right now has not deployed out any of these items here, and the villagers actually still get even more healthy. Training post could go down here. He has actually upgraded with stagecoach, giving him some more resources here. Looks like he has both set to wood, not EXP. Does find a volley there onto the Falconets. Melee forces advancing forward. Falconets are now firing away. Rodelios do have decent movement speed. These guys do have 7.25. Rodelios have a movement speed of 6. One Falconet does go down. Training post has been destroyed. And this Spanish army just may need to fall back. I'm gonna fall back with the army. We do have, see, those are villagers right there. We've got reinforcements of the various swordsmen. They do also have 40% resist to hand damage. Rodelios are advancing forward. More advancing forward. Dragon's trying to get some more shots. We see some hits there from the Falconets. Dragon's seeing a bit of damage there. Skirmishers advancing forward. The good number of them are quite wounded. Looks like none of those Falconet shots are not been that great. More of the swordsmen are running around. He doesn't have any infantry upgrades to bring on in. Does have one command point, or not command point, one shipment available. Let's get good there on the skirmishers now. One of the Falconets have gone down, both Falconets have gone down. And it looks like the Rodelios are now engaging the skirmishers in melee. And now got the Swiss pikemen up on field. He has gone for some mercenaries. Swiss pikemen are classified as heavy infantry as well. They also do have, they're just generally better than spearmen. It looks like Blues Explorer will go down. Swiss pikemen got some good damage. And now we got 2 command points for the Spanish. He could bring in another mercenary group. He's bringing the Scottish Highlanders, which are a unique skirmisher, if I remember correctly. Or a mercenary skirmisher, I should say. Now, Spanish have currently 37 villagers. The French have 29. I think they're both maintaining their village production. And now do got more Rodelios being employed on the field as well. I can see the map. They're a bit wounded if I remember correctly. Hard to see if that white snow with the blue health bars. But there's a couple of them actually wounded. Most of them actually are full health. More skirmishers being employed on the field. Red's trying to advance forward, this time without falconets. He has a good number of the Swiss pikemen still alive. And some more of the Rodelios. And Red's now actually trying to steal this trade post. Explorer doesn't have a whole lot of health yet, or at the moment. Does go ahead and get him interrupted. Trading posts will not be built. The Dragoons are going to try to pursue these forces there. You got a handful of the Highlanders. They are a unique musketeer, not a skirmisher. I must be thinking of getting the mix of the Jaegers. Oh, look at that! The range attack is 63. Oh, crap. That is high. We got another Spanish town center here. It does go on Ransom's Explorer there. It does go the militiamen as well. There's quite a bit of a Spanish force here, 52 versus Spawn's just 27. And now looks like the French are eyeing for some falconets. I see him trying to build one, but doesn't have enough resources. That point does go down. He may want to go for another one over here. Got additional town centers going up for the Spanish, so that will be 3 town centers for the Spanish. And now there's 3 falconets for the French, which should be very effective for this force. I'm not sure what that was. Oh. Can't move. Use my painting tools. Good. Townsend now seeing a bit of fire there. Deer on the map has been cleaned on up. Red has all of these. There's still a pretty nice large horde right there. Some of the Spanish villagers here. French right now has 39 villagers. Opponent has 33. So it looks like the Spanish may be cooling off on villager production. He may want out of population space. And I do got a big line of falconets for the Spanish. So both sides have 3 falconets. Now the Spanish is eyeing for a fort wagon, which could be useful sitting up here. I'm not sure where he will set it up. And there's the fort wagon. Oh, the fort may get destroyed. The fort wagon, the fort will be started, and the fort will go down before it gets fully constructed. Blue's not paying attention up here at the moment. And oh, maybe just trying to get towards the rain. There goes the fort. Big loss there for the Spanish. But now he's going to go straight to Spawn's base. There are some coin here. Of course, he won't be able to collect that out himself. These villagers may want to not advance it for us. Villagers' current rank will go down. Spanish are now sitting down the French town center as well. And the French does not have a whole lot of forces on the field. Or a lot of infrastructure here, at least. He does have some houses up here. So the Spanish village is going down, so it's a bit of a base race. You may want to get inside the outpost. The outpost is probably not going to do much, honestly. The French doesn't have much of a, or any base left, really. Right now, the Spanish has plenty of population space, and the French, of course, going to be overpopped for the rest of the game. He's actually got quite a bit of food, not a lot of gold at the moment. He can push forward to some villagers here to collect this gold. He's eyeing for additional towns up here now. Got one shipment available for the French. These forces do get killed off there. The Spanish does still have one good church improvement. I'm not sure if there's a church anywhere. Got some more melee forces here. Both sides is going to lose their town. Yeah, the Turks will go down. Got more infrastructure being applied by the French. The Spanish has a lot of wood stored up. The French, not a lot of wood at the moment. The marker could just be torched down because they're just going to send a single spree to just torch it down. The Spanish still is losing this infrastructure. There's no additional town center over here anymore. Oh, we got the Royal Halberdiers. Albaradios, how do you pronounce that? There's currently 5 falconets here. And there's the Royal Halberdiers. They do have benefit promotion to this. They all get gunned down. Rodelios advancing forward. These Rodelios are trying to go straight for the falconets. But none of them have gone down. Falconets push forward, ready to hit the falconets. Ooh, good hits there on these melee units. There's a good number of them. We do have the Highlanders in the mix as well. Most of the French falconets have gone down. And it looks like the French has forced them back. He's lost some amount of space. And one more shipment's available. Could go for a cover wagon. Oh. I thought I saw the... Okay, apparently it closes the city menu right there. Makes it... Blinks in the age up. French villagers may have gotten even more health. He has gotten that, so they have an absurd amount of health at the moment. We do have these veteran musketeers not much way forward. There's that one shipment available. I suppose surprised he's not gotten for economic theory. French now, right now, are missing a lot of resources there, eyeing for the musketeer skirmisher hit points. We got a couple, some good amount of militiamen here, and there is a massive wave of musketeers. Rodelios advancing forward. Villagers could be used to engage as well. As looks like the Spanish will lose his army here. These villagers do have 11 attack, but do have nearly 300 health each. In comparison, these musketeers have 180 health and 31 attack. Some of the French villagers are going down. He does only have 30 of them. The Spanish has 32, so this is a little bit better in favor of the Spanish. These villagers are forced on back. There's not any food back over here. There's some food way over here, which he does have a couple of villagers collecting it on up. And those musketeers were exactly what needs. He still has some militiamen here as well. Now we've got a nice little melee force main support. Musketeers do not do bonus saves for heavy infantry. And the Highlanders, of course, are very, very capable. 400 health, 63 damage. These musketeers are slowly being picked on off. Spanish maybe will push this way forward. The French does have more skirmishers being pulled in the field. An anti-heavy specialist. This does have a falconet on the field as well. So right now the French are in an okay position. Both sides are running out of natural food on the map. These villages not being tasked down to those huntables. We've got some gold here for the Spanish to claim. A large amount of the map has the gold already claimed. Couple gold. Actually, nope, that gold deposit is... I see one right there, but it may not properly spawn on the map. These forces are just pushing forward, trying to overrun that falcon net. And they're getting annihilated. Ugh. He's using even crossbows as well. Crossbows are an anti-heavy tool. Of course, their anti-heavy is not as great in damage. And skirmishers are classified as light. So most of the gold in the map has been claimed. The Spanish still has a good number of these trading posts, and now we've got more musketeers being pulled up by the French. These crossbows are getting hit significantly. You know, falconet's now down. Just leave these guys unsupported. They can support themselves. This trade post starting going down. Blue has not rebuilt a trade post over here. Red has claimed both these trade posts down here. Hola. And now these villagers are being pushed over here to claim the rest of food on the map. Another trade post has gone down. Going for a shipment of coin. Would be extremely useful getting a shipment of coin. Curiosity as well. Will the coin down here ever fully claimed? Looks like it. And looks like the French designed some more falconets along with some musketeers. So there's a good mix of musketeers and skirmishers. Both will be very useful versus opponent's composition of archaic units. Now got the Imperial H being pulled on field. He has one shipment available. Heavy cannon may be in order from the factories or from the shipment. Grab and clean up the rest of this gold. This gold has some on it, not a whole lot. The French is not aiming for the next age, is spending all its resources in this age. Oh, but you have some plantations over here. Those are the French is actually desperate for gold. Church has been pulled in the field as well. This church is still here as well, which does provide some EXP trickles. What's unique text down here? The Spanish could go for another fort wagon through it. It sends one giant grenadier and sends giant grenadiers and deliver on all future shipment. That could have been useful a long time ago. A little bit too late for that now. We got a handful of lancers here that will be useful overrunning the falconets. Crossbows here will be quite insufficient. Stagecoach is now being researched by, I think by this player up here. Yep. This compensator will go down. Lancers now push way forward. Gets good damage there. Good number of the crossbows have gone down. One falconet has gone down, plus the lancers will go down. Now we do got the shipment of the mercenary armored pistoliers painting on forward. Armored pistoliers do have a great range attack, 6% range resistance, or that's hand damage. They do bonus save shock and cavalry. Both falconets are now down. Hopefully the Spanish explorer starts firing soon. Some of these villagers are going down as well. Got crossbows engaging the musketeers in melee. Oh, that's what he's doing. He's pulling out some doggos. The dogs have gone down. He does lose some villagers there. The Spanish have not been maintaining villager production, and it's actually out of food down here. Is that a mill? It's going for a saloon. Interesting. It's going for EXP as well. He's going to just play off of his shipments for a time being. He wants his wagons.
See.
He can always bring shipments here through this outpost. He still maintains the town center. He's not producing any villagers. He's not eyeing for any more villagers. We've got Swiss pikemen being brought on in.
See?
I guess he's going to go all in on the mercenaries. Which I don't think it's going to be successful, honestly. Crack shot was utilized right there. The French are in an exceedingly good position. Got now more Swiss pikemen being pulled in the field. It's going for the delivery of heavy cannons.
Hola.
The French right now is not deploying out any additional villagers, eyeing for Colvern. Knows his opponent has advanced next age. He may be thinking there's going to be a good number of factory wagons out in the field, deploying out heavy cannon, which is not the case, but he is getting heavy cannon nonetheless. French is eyeing both gold and wood from the, or that's food, not gold. Oh, no, he just went to gold. Was that food? We have a mill here as well. Multiple mills. Spanish line has consumed all that gold. It's going for now some spearmen as well. Town center up here has been short, so there's 2 barracks here. I'm not sure what the other improvement available from the settler, and now he's trying to get the trading post, which does allow him to play out some good stuff.
¿Cuál es su comando?
Musketeers could get hit severely by the heavy cannon. Yep, heavy cannons do connect. Pikemen are advancing on forward. Though right now, 1 falconet does go down. There's 2 culver here. They do times 4, so they do approximately 160 versus siege. So the culver heavy cannons can take a couple hits. Veteran pikeman research on the way. Huh. I thought I would have got that a long time ago. I've got both these trading posts going on up. And Native Scout does spot this. He's going to heavily eye on this one here. I can't remember what it was. He doesn't get the automatic construction, does the manual construction, which does take wood rather than food and wood. see, what can you pull out from this one here? Hot air balloon. You can get the Coastal Royal Huntsman. Danish counter skirmisher and villager. And hunt, of course. There's no more huntables. You could get the Northern Musketeers, which only costs food as well. Skirmisher units, especially Royal Huntsman, inflict slightly more damage to other skirmishers. That research. Warships. Royal Huntsman can no longer gather food, but becomes considerably better in fighters and have increased build limit. And maybe I'm for that as well. Man, that Spanish is not collecting up any sort of food at the moment, so I'm not sure what he's really eyeing. I got these forces advance forward, so I sort of missed their advance. We're gonna overrun the culverins. Heavy cannon make their advance, hitting some of the musketeers. And now the pikemen are falling back. Red's starting to fall back. More pikemen being pulled on the field. Spanish does have some gold income coming on in, so there may be a plantation somewhere. Then Wilton's not being researched, so he is eyeing for the... I'm not sure what that was, actually. Wilton's. Got a good number of falconets still on the field. Red is not eyeing the man's next age. Has more villagers in his opponent as well. We got some more Trabants. Escape on out of there. We got some now veteran Saxon Cuirassiers being put in the field. Those advancing with a sizable army now. His explorer has a bit of health to work with. And right now the Spanish, his next shipment will probably... he's out of military shipments. So I'll start to say what he should deploy next. I got some more of the Saxon Cuirassiers. We got some more farms here brought up with Spanish. Let's take up the trade post. And looks like Red's eye goes straight to his opponent's town center. I see an aura effect there, so there may be some... Oh, we could find some of these culverins. And does go ahead and get a good shot on one of the heavy cannons. He may take out one of the heavy cannons. No, he does save the heavy cannon there. That could have been a nasty pick against Red. See what appears to be like the hand cannoneers. I don't see any of them just yet. Oh, it's the veteran Trabants that protect nearby units. Blue has a massive army there. Red's advancing forward, and likely this army will push forward and die. Heavy cannons. One. The other one's severely wounded. This one will likely go down to the Falconets. Falconets will take that one out. Red only has an infantry force here, and there's enough Falconets and other forces here, so this is probably going to be the end of the game. Also, Spanish getting out the pikeman delivery. I didn't realize this one available. the Spanish will have some reinforcements available, but nothing to engage these falconets. This force is being backed into a corner.
Hoofdstrak, ja.
¿Qué me ordena?
And the falconets do get a good volley there. Culverins are just drawing some fire there now. And now we've got all the musketeers annihilating the rest of this force. And there goes that Spanish army. Four French villagers still in the build queue. The Spanish have not been building their villagers, has not rebuilt the town center.
Preparado.
Going for another trading post here now. The Explorer has been brought back up. Now Blue's eyeing for a town center here. There's a tiny amount of gold that Blue can claim. And the Explorer easily goes down there. There is a decent sized force here. The Spanish are trying to hold on. But right now the French economy is just severely superior. And the Spanish have not deployed anything that would improve his age advantage. Lose this outpost will deny any more future shipments for the Spanish. Is it there on this village as well? Spanish line for counterattack does actually get some veteran Saxon Cuirassiers in here. They're getting some good hits there on these villagers. These Cuirassiers do have a good AoE attack as well, so they're annihilating these villagers. And these pikemen and spearmen are advancing forward. Blue's destroying this infrastructure. There's still some red infrastructure here. He's actually migrating some villagers. Blue does have towns that are being built by the Explorer over here. And the Spanish should be able to see all of that. French villagers have been in town center. Red has 32. French has 41. And now it's like Red's eyeing for a town center. Right now they're just playing a bit of a circle migration. This church can go down. Actually, needs to get out some farms as well. Culverins are not exactly an anti-building tool. They do less damage versus buildings. The base damage is, of course, 40. And the damage versus buildings, oh, they do actually get a slight damage bonus, but nothing too significant. Now let's say Explorer's getting some great damage here, and the Explorer does go down. More Blue's infrastructure over here is getting hit. This army has responded. Now we got the Northern Musketeers getting some good hits, or veteran Musketeers hitting these Spanish villagers. Militia's now pulled on the field. Red's eyeing to advance down south, letting this trade post go down. Culver is trying to gauge these Saxon Cuirassiers. And these units will go down. I think the Spanish lost the majority of his villagers, down to 26. Now we got a massive army here. Falconets could just take time to deal with the town center. Villagers are migrating once again. He does have access to quite a bit of wood, so could be able to block 2 more town centers. Also saw a trade post here as well.
Hola. Sí.
And now good enough these villagers could get gunned down, but these units were non-attack move. And now seeing additional towns that are on the build queue. Got the balloon falling down. Still a small force up here, but can easily overwhelmed by some musketeers. Do have some barracks and a good force here. Now Red's on to build another town set here with his explorer. It's just playing game of Ring Around the Rosie, so I'm just going to think about just fast forwarding for this little bit because got this force going down. You got these villagers heading back up north. Got a mark going on up. Then we can see the free fort wagon there. Blue's torching down everything. Blue does spot this extra now town there as well. Designed for his own trade post there. And the red explorer's running around. He needs to take that down before it builds another town center, and red does going back to the game now. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yeah, that was a bit of a run around. Though there was actually some opportunities I read could have won the game, honestly. Oh, it's a 2v2. Interesting. Greetings everyone, Angrade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the north side as the blue Germans. We have Ariel, Leon, 55. Spawn as his yellow... is that the Iroquois or is that the Inca? No, that's the Incans. We have Joshua Princi. Spawn on the bottom left side as the red Germans. We have Stephen Sundin. I butchered that. And spawn as the orange Dutch. We have General Spage, which the Dutch being orange actually makes sense. I just don't like how the blue Germans on the red team and the red Germans on the blue team. It's just annoying the crap out of me. We do have, of course, the Kashish. Can't pronounce that. Concha House being put up by the Incans. Or 16 population produces food. Unique variation of the house. Kitty cat going down to the explorer. Gower, of course, got the trinkets being clicked up right now. Native scout's been joined, so somebody found a good native scout. And now, do you have a shipment available? So let's take a look at the Dutch cards. It's going for the 3 merchants, can bring in sheep and a homestead, and we've got the House of Nassau. Ships 1 market wagon. Exploration market improvements are free. Very nice. Otherwise, we didn't see that actually first. So he's selling out for his market for this. Of course, that is a lot of free research, but not that really that great, honestly. Nice to have, but nothing too significant, in my opinion. More merchants, wood, gold, pike, halberdier, skirmisher attack. If the team hit points increase, wagon or bank wagon, bank wagon's costless. I have more hit points, and you have the hired band of Wagerberg's Swiss pikemen. And allows recruitment from taverns or barracks. So he does have access to now, would have access to Swiss pikemen. Very nice. You, of course, have access to wood. We got the Flemish militia. And turns into halberdiers, I should say. Of course, we got Blue Guard. We do have skirmishers. You have routiers. Siege, move mortars, and you get access to the mortars and horse artillery in Fortress Age. More Swiss pikemen, Habsburg allies, Range cavalry can be dismounted to become a skirmisher, good into infantry, benefits from promotions. And mercenaries arrive, train, and move faster, but Dutch infantry cavalry are more expensive. So the Dutch designed for a mercenary deck. We do also have the Belgian Revolution, the ranged cavalry armed with pistols, routiers, factory wagon, and factory wagon. For his teammate, the German teammate. Settler wagons, collection, settler wagons, resource, crossbows, Uhlans, cavalry attack, cavalry hit points, advanced arsenal, team settler wagons, very nice, wood, infinite crossbows, with Uhlans, stringent reform, crossbow are fully replaced with veteran landwards of the barrack, home city, and unmapped landwards are riflemen that inflict higher base damage at the expense of less bonus damage. Looks like I got orange. Yellow's trying to claim this relic. Orange does claim it. And his teammate was helping him there. Let's see, where were we at? Let's see, Uhlans, cavalry combat, war wagons. You can now train settler wagons from mills. All villagers gather all coin faster. And refrigeration, which is food. For the last ones, all cavalry move faster thanks to Spanish riding school wagon, factory into all settler wagons gather resources from all resources faster, plus 45%. Of course, we got this one here. It's got similar. Oh, it's actually significantly different. Of course, we got the settler wagons. We got doppelgangers, team cavalry attack. Rugged German holo housing provides more population per building. It increases by 20, so it should be 30. And delivers 2 Uhlan and delivers 1 Uhlan. One that's an error description. Gold skirmishers, cavalry combat wagons, textile mill, German black riders, Hessian Jaegers, improved mercenaries. So it's like a mix of cavalry and mercenary deck here. Mercenary camps, circle army, cavalry, a name I can't pronounce, factory, settler wagons, and infinite team Hessians. So that's interesting. And for the Incans, villagers, cameos, when the shipment arrives. Oh, we got, it looks like Uhlan's now raiding on in. He does have access to some of these plume spearmen, which is a anti-cavalry tool, which are perfect versus Uhlans. It looks like his teammates pushing some Uhlans in to engage the Uhlans. And that Uhlan does go down, so the red does get forced on back. Pikeman sitting over the explorer. Let's see, villagers, gold. When the shipment arrives, covers all your food in an equal amount of coin, can be sent infinite amount of times. Infinite wood, gold deposit, llamas, fattened llamas, jungle bowmen, 3 Tombio Travises can transfer into Tombio. Delivers warheads, increase warhead health. Spanish renegades, more plume spearmen, and it decreases the increase the rate of fire, or decrease the cooldown, should say. Kitchen brewing increases the food production of the conscious houses. Priestess can gather food resources and treasures. You see Red's Uhlans advancing forward once again. And I just probably can't really look any more cards. Not familiar, haven't really done 2/2s yet. And this explorer will go down. He will take out one guy before going down. Yellow has ping there. Does spot rifleman there, skirmisher. Uhlans are falling back. Maybe he was trying to ping that the fact that there's a lot of huntable food here, and which his opponent may be trying to collect it up. I'm not sure. Got these Ulans not push way forward. Ransom Explorer, still got some of these bloomed spearmen here. Ulan's not advancing forward. There is exposed settler wagon here. Settler wagon's now seeing a bit of fire there. Settler wagon does have 300 health, but taking a lot of hits there. And taking out a settler wagon like that is very, very good. And I don't think this player has access to build settler wagons from the mill research. So that is maybe a permanent loss there. Yep, he cannot get that replaced. So he only has a limited number of settler wagons. You know how these pikemen trying to slowly torch down this outpost or trading post? Ugar's got more conscious houses going on up. They do provide a decent amount of food income, basic equivalent to one villager. Trading post has been destroyed now. And now there's Ulans push way forward. And looks like the blue German player is eyeing to go to the next age, has one shipment available as well. There may be something important here being selected. Incan's not eyeing to age up, though has quite a bit of resource there, probably be aging up relatively soon. The Dutch are not eyeing, already have aged up, and looks like only the Incan player now has not aged up. Ulans advancing forward, we'll find the Ulans. The Ulans do force back the Ulans there. Now sack that Ulan there to save one Ulan that was already pretty wounded. Get players now eyeing to advance next age. Does need a bit more defense force there. Does have some villagers queued up. Of course, now there's a good number of Ulans advancing forward. Wasn't paying attention to what his team was happening with his teammate. So he needs some plumed archers here. And that war hut does go down. You guys currently have 2 war huts on the field. Or this one is currently not being built, just queued up. I've got a sizable force here, root here, pikemen, and veteran skirmishers here. You got your anti-shock, your anti-cav, your anti-heavy, and more anti-cavalry. Heavy cav, I should say. Palisade walls are going on up. Now all players have entered the Fortress Age. Oh, that villager's starting to get gunned down there. That villager will get gunned down. We do now have some Chimu runners being put on the field. Chimu runners are just a fast-moving, is it classified shock? Yes, shock unit. Which the pikemen do go into shock. Good number of yellow villagers have gone down. We do also got some jungle bowmen. They do have 16 range, which is pretty good. Chimu runners are advancing forward. We could see a bit of damage here. Skirmishers engaged in melee. Skirmishers do less damage with just shock. Ulans do just do good damage there. Chimu runners just do good damage as well. No bonus versus cavalry. We got a good number of Ulans here. Jimmy runs engaging the Ulans. The Jungle Bowmen, they do bonus save versus light range and heavy infantry, but there's none of that. Doesn't do any bonus save versus the heavy cab, nor the skirmisher, which are light infantry. Ulans not push way forward. Do also got some Black Riders support on the field. They do excellent damage of 46 damage. They are classified as a mercenary unit. They do bonus save versus light range, or no, versus heavy cab. So they'll be very good versus those Ulans. Routiers are classified in light range. Again, none of these orange forces are going down. The Black Riders really force him back. His teammate didn't really support him that attack. I'm not sure what his teammate's doing at the moment. He's eyeing to push forward his Ulans to raid his opponent. And it looks like he does find some more blue settler wagons. And like, he does only get one of them, but like I said before, those settler wagons are not replaceable with blue. We do not have the infantry melee combat for the Incans, as well as some more Chimu runners. I really hate how the sound effects of this game just extend everywhere. Yell's asking his teammates to support him. We do got a good number of units here. Or Yell's just telling his teammate that he's getting attacked, I guess. Black Riders trying to get some damage there onto the War Wagons. War Wagons are classified as light range, so they're better be useful against these veteran Ulans. Routiers now push way forward. Black Riders, of course, classified as light range as well, not as heavy. Now I got some more Ulans to load on over here. Now good enough pikemen advancing forward as well. Yell's advancing forward as well. Pikemen now engaging the Shinyu runners. Just falling back, now pushing forward once again. And over on the Shinyu runners there. Right here engaging or being engaged by the black runners. Shinyu runners now advancing forward, trying to get these skirmishers. Now you also got a handful of blue guards put out by the Dutch. Blue guard has mostly gone down. Yellow and blue are now able to siege down red's town center. Right now, that's the blue other one. Red is eyeing for more war wagons. Employee will lose his town center at this current rate. He does have additional town center up here. These town villagers trying to escape on out. The additional town center here as well. You could perhaps eye for some militiamen. Time for a shipment of Ulans. Delivers 9 Ulans. Some Red's villagers will go down. If they even get a shipment of those Ulans coming in at the same time, war wagons push way forward. There's Ulans there. The routier advancing forward. War wagons do push for damage versus heavy cab, which Ulans are classified, not Black Riders. Dragon Bowmen advancing forward. They do bonus damage versus light range. They will do bonus damage versus war wagons and routier. Ulans now advancing forward. War wagons starting to fall on back. And Red is mass evacuating these villages as well. But however, these Ulans do find some of these settler wagons. Blue does have, or Red does have the capability of producing more settler wagons through a card, which he does not have just yet. While these settler wagons start going down, Ulans will get annihilated by the routier.
Yeah.
Geht mir besser.
There we go. We've got shipment available for the current player that we are viewing. And Beck here's what he's going to go for it. Red's base is being gutted severely. He's trying to pull out some walls here, trying to pull out some crossbows. Crossbows are good versus light cavalry range, and good versus heavy infantry, but none of these units are classified heavy infantry. So right now, crossbows are just trying to throw something on the field. Right now, trying to get some sort of force. He has no gold at the moment. There's some Ulans there. I'm not sure what else he got. Was not paying attention to what he was getting. Sorry about that. But either way, he got 3 Ulans. A large number of crossbows now being, or nope, he went for the veteran Landwers, which are not really making much sound there. They do have 24 attack. They do still cost a 40-40, so they make a crossbow significantly better. And these guys are classified as portable. They are still a light infantry unit, so they may be still play the same role as crossbows. They do a bit of extra bonus damage as heavy. They just do less bonus damage, but they do more base damage, which is good since they're not as more effective in this situation. These guys do less damage against shock, so these Shimu runners will do some significant damage. And now those upgraded crossbows are now down. Red does need support. I'm not sure where orange is. This fortress is right there. Landwares are going on down. We've got some militiamen trying to gauge these Jaegers. There's have a decent force here of guard skirmishers as well, trying to gauge these veteran war wagons. They are effective versus war wagons with the increased damage versus light range. But Red is almost completely knocked out of the game. He's bailed on the back line there. These guys advancing forward. Of course, these Shimu runners are anti-good versus skirmishers. Red space is being gutted once again. Oh, I hear some explosive devices. We have this war wagon now advancing forward. They should be effective versus these Ulans. Settler wagons have completed that town center, so Red can start slowly crawling his way back in the game. His teammate has a significant force here, but it's going to be attacked by these veteran Black Brunswicker, which are a unique skirmisher. It says swift skirmishers, but it looks like sounds like they move fast then. That's one of the natives. Red's getting gutted as well. More veteran land warriors being put on field. The fortress gains some good damage here. Bill is not really taking an advance into his opponent's base, and in general a move forward. Blue's army here is being cleaned on up. We also got some elite Char. How to pronounce that? They do have good siege damage. They do bonus infantry wolves. This is the base of the Incan siege unit. Though they don't do any AoE damage for the range attack mode. They do bonus damage to villagers, artillery. Not good for shock nor cav. Yeah, I'll try to go around this little plateau. It was unsuccessful. Got some walls over here as well. And now Yellow's eyeing for some forward production there, getting out some Kanda, I pronounce that, Kalankas. That trains elite
Danke, dass
Incan
du mein
infantry
Lösegeld gezahlt hast.
units, and also supports 10 population. Trains elite Incan infantry and reduces the population cost of garrisoned units. So it sounds like if you get units inside, it will make it so that they get a slight reduction there, so you can perhaps get capped. More of them being pulled on the field. You also can see these beavers being claimed. More of the land wares being poured on the field. And it looks like Red is eyeing to be pushed out to sea to get out some more resources. We got quite a bit of villagers on these woods, so Red is going to consume all that wood very quickly. There's a bit of wood still on the map as well. Orange eyeing to pull out some additional lines of walls. And there's plenty of resources out at sea for the current player to utilize. Just need some time to get some room to breathe. It actually doesn't have a lot of food at the moment. It does have 34 villagers eyeing for more fishing boats. At this current rate, he may want to get out 2 docks. There are 5 whale deposits along each side of the sea, so there could be up to 20. I would say getting out 20 fishing boats is probably good. Just start focusing on food, and once you're out of food, just get the gold. Got a sizable force now pulled out by the Incans. The Germans do have a decent basic force here. These are classified as light infantry. Well, they certainly don't have... they do have 16 range, which is similar to skirmishers, right? Orange now advancing forward with good army routiers and guard skirmishers. Guard skirmishers have 20 range in comparison. Age deployed out. Both of the red team, which is blue, and yellow have now advanced to 9 Imperial Age, Industrial Age. The Dutch have went to next age as well. We do have 15 villagers in the community plaza, and of course support for 25. Set those units there. Blue doesn't have a whole large army here. It does have a church on the field. Blue's army is actually quite small at the moment. Red has a sizable force, as well as Orange. Though Red's definitely more of a militia force. Not a high quality force to say the least. But the replacement for those crossbows are a bit more generalist, which is good. Though they're still weak to the shock troops. Blue's now advancing forward. Routier engaging. The war wagons and the Routier do bonus damage to each other. It looks like a lot of sound effects are failing. Remind me to switch, restart the game. Fix this sound bug that's been around for a very long time since the original games. One of the Falcon has to go down. Red's just hitting Yellow's building there. Yellow is in a good position there. Gains good damage from Red's infantry force. Blue's force is getting destroyed by Orange's force. And got more reinforcing Blues, more Oolongs, and war wagons. Red's force getting forced on the back. There's definitely a relatively low quality force. It does take out one of these structures. more of those supposed to go down. Yellow still has decent force here. And red does not have much, nor does have orange, but they should be opening this out. Yellow's just falling back as force. You got the local fortress. 1 out of 3 powerful defense fortification can train all Incan military units. Garrison units are strengthened by its attack. So force on make their way forward. We got some halberdiers applied by orange as well. These forces being forced on back. His fortress has started going down. It does have 6,000 health and does have 10 times 6 damage and a 1.5 AoE radius. So it does apparently does get some good damage there. These land warriors only have 19 damage or siege damage, and they don't do bonus damage to these Chimu runners. There are champion Chimu runners. Red's Explorer does go down. Yellow's trying to siege this down. These routiers should not be throwing their siege damage. They're 19. Might as well support over here. Swiss Pikeman does have 64 siege damage in comparison. The routier should have been just hitting this force. They wouldn't be doing good, they would be doing something at least better. Yellow's been forcing back. Blue. Who's currently, doesn't have a whole lot on the field, does have a factory on the field, and now going for the Circle Army. Shifts Royal House here. That's these times order. But that should have been the that may have been already the Black Bones Rock, so this probably would be the 8th Mounted Infantry. Warheart's sort of going down. Yellow still has a good position here and taking out some of these units. Orange is falling back, which it was a good time for him to fall back as Blue's about ready to counterattack. And he does have a good force here to engage these Uhlans, or mounted infantry, I should say. Mounted infantry are... they have just decent damage. They are mounted musketeers, looks like. They are classified as heavy cav, gunpowder cav, yeah. Heavy range cav as well. Falconet's not firing away, but they all go down. And looks like this priest will probably get stabbed as well. Culvern's not being pulled out by the blue German player, but these culverts need to be cancelled. That's artillery foundry right there that's trying to build them, and it will quickly go down. Oh, his opponent does stop it for him. Got a handful of fishing boats blown up by blue. And I love the sound bug. This is just... I don't know what causes it. So red and orange now advancing forward. Blue does not have much for defense. Yellow has a decent army there. He should maybe start eyeing to advance forward. At least try to hit any reinforcements here. He may force his army back as well, giving blue some more time to rebuild some more units. He's just eyeing for war wagons. As nice as war wagons are, they're good against for the routier, as well as the mounted infantry, as well as the falconets. He just may need his own artillery because the front line's also being a bit of a problem for him as well. Swiss pikemen and halberdiers are hard to counter to the war wagons as well as the routiers. Like everything that Orange is pulling out is a hard counter to these war wagons, barring the falconets. Some Orange's forces here will go down. Red does have some of these reserve forces there. Red is falling back. Orange has a powerful force here. Can quickly torch through blue's infrastructure. Swiss pikemen has 64 damage. These halberdiers also have 55 CTM as well, so they can quickly go through all that stuff. He's trying to hit these culverins with the root here. Falconets are starting to go on down. Falconet does stay alive for now. Got decent force here, also for orange for defense. Yellow's army is now advancing over here as well. Elite basement, they do have 100 siege attack. And a good hand attack as well, 50 damage with good AoE radius. This is their like a melee siege. Orange force will go down here. Oh, it's going to take time. Maybe diving onto that factory wagon. As mentioned before, the root here have poor siege damage, so using these other units to torch it down is probably good. Honestly, those root here didn't do much there. Factory does go down, so blue does lose a factory. He does actually have a bit of force here as well, but an oversight. Orange force will get cleaned on up, but blue losing that factory wagon is a big problem. We've got another town set up being put on the field there. Shipments. Looks like the Dutch player is slinging his teammates some resources. Very good. Let's take a look at all players' resources are here. The blue German does not have a whole lot of resources at the moment. I just build more villagers and fishing boats. We do now have the EXP dance here, going for the cameos. Convert his food into equal amount of gold. He has plenty of wood. Doesn't have a lot of gold, nor does he have a good amount of food, honestly. Got some berry bushes here. So I'm not sure where he's getting his food at the moment. Oh, he does have some farms out here. He could actually just collect all these berries first. Berries do collect faster. And he does spot this attack coming on in. Got some more Swiss pikemen deployed in the field, and also enables the production of Swiss pikemen. I love Swiss pikemen. Dutch also has a good amount of resources right now, going for more routier, halberdiers, skirmishers. He does have his both factory wagons on the field as well. I'll be half tempted he should go for heavy cannons. He does have a good number of falconets, that's for sure. Falconets setting on up. This area is very tightly bunched. The falconets could do some great damage. Falconets just need to give an attack order. Falconets are not properly being tasked. There's so many bunch of units there. These falconets could do some great damage. Now the falconets are firing away, getting some great damage there. You know, the rest of the jungle bowmen will be cleaned on up. This fight could have gone much better for red and orange if those falconets were firing at all. And I think there's less falconets there. He actually may have lost a good number of them as well with the dance around maneuver. We do of course got these Chimi riders right there. Skirmishers won't be able to do much to them. Got some of these pikemen advancing forward. Swiss pikemen, named Swiss pikemen, which they do bonus damage versus shock. Red's now advancing forward himself with orange support as well. Blue has been battered, bruised, and beaten. And the German player right now has plenty of resources there, so his teammate is not even sling him anymore. He has a good amount of resources himself as well. This German player has no resources at the moment.
Aufgabe.
In fact, his resource income is just not great. The Red German player does have 91 villagers on the field. The blue one does only have 59. Culverins are now engaging the falconets. Very good. Routier trying to hit the culverins. Both falcons have gone down. This culverin could just try falling back. The war wagon's now advancing forward. And the culverins receiving quite a bit of damage right now. Culverin does go down. More jungle bowmen pushing along the flanks. Red and orange trying to advance into this area. They also could just need some mortars to hit all these structures. While the crossbows do go down there. Jungle bowmen making their advance. They are cheap wood. They have good cost a decent amount of food. Of course, we do have these land warriors engaging. These guys do bonus save versus heavy infantry, but those land warriors are light infantry. Personally, these land warriors do bonus save versus heavy infantry. And they don't do bonus damage versus light infantry, so they're relatively equal footing. War wagons do go down. Orange and red's force starting to get cleaned on up. Blue has now have less villagers right now. Has a good amount of his villagers currently idle as well. Market does go down. Red and orange's force does get cleaned on up by the jungle bowmen. Orange now advances forward with this time with a massive number of falconets. He does also have a good number of Swiss pikemen here. Does gun down these shock troops trying to push only forward. But those that do get killed off in time, all the falconets stay alive. They could hit Yellow's space and start doing some damage to him. Yellow, what does Yellow have? Yellow does have 70 villagers at the moment. Relying on the fast production speed right now thanks to Community Plaza. Oop. And these guys do push forward and take out one of those falconets. But this force here will destroy structures very quickly. You get some good damage there. Falconets trying to hit these forces now. And now the Swiss pikeman push way forward, gets a bit damage there onto his jungle bowman. Got the chimney runners advancing forward. There are the shock unit there. And more of the falconets are starting to go on down. Yellow, that's Yellow's ping. Red doesn't have a whole lot of force here, just some veteran Ulans. Orange gonna fall back there. These shock troops are being very, very problematic for this force. They need just not skirmishers. They probably need the blue guard from the what's it called? From the Dutch at the moment. Because right now they're just having trouble with all the shock troops, and there's a good number of these jungle bowmen just getting good generalist damage. Maybe some grenadiers. So I think grenadiers do not do bonus damage for shock infantries. They basically just need to pull out units that are good versus shock. Falcon has to push way forward. Does take up that trade post there. Routiers and skirmishers making an advance. Yellow's on falling back right there. Red is making his way forward as well. Has some war wagons and more of the land wars. Landvers, or Vares, however you pronounce it. War does go down right there. Yellow has a farm here, and some villagers here as well as this town center. Oh, and red has now deployed out some siege ships, some monitors. Good pass to get some other ships to engage these war wagons. So red is now eyeing to push the sea. They're trying to stop that. Red and orange now pushing me forward, trying to overrun the Incan player. Good shots over there. Takes out that unit there. This structure's starting going down there. Red's army is getting picked off by Yellow's army. Honor's still firing away. Takes out one of the town centers. And now do have a frigate now put on field. Which that orange is also went out to Imperial Age as well. We don't see any legendary skirmishers just yet. Or Imperial skirmishers, I should say. In fact, they're not even upgraded past that point. Jimmy Run is getting some great damage. They're cleaving right through. These shock troops, they still haven't deployed any to counter the shock troops there. So I take out these structures there. Shock troops are just slowly just being whittled down by sheer numbers. Falconess now engaging the bowmen. Monitors being brought up by blue. Frigates engaged as well. And looks like blue is back in the game now. Just leaving yellow to fight for himself. And right now, yellow's having trouble remaxing his force. He does have good force of plumes here deployed on field. He may want to, doesn't have enough gold here. It's also still looks like a team card as well. That's not a team card, never mind. Looks like orange or red will cleave this way through. Yellow at this point in time with his teammate out of the game and his base being sieged down. There you go, now he backs out of the game now. Sorry about the sound bug. This is Anagreat saying thank you for watching and on to next replay. I don't know what causes it. Either way, the one way to fix that is to exit and reload. And there we go. While it's reloading, I'm going to use the restroom. I am back. Sorry about that. And now, if reloading the game, the sound bug should be fixed. Hopefully. It should be. Let's see now. This one should be fine enough. Whatever. Whoops. Wrong folder. Wrong button. I see the word open. I click on open. Why is it so zoomed in? Here we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another H-Powers 3 replay. Spawn on the left side as the blue Dutch, we have Joe Walski. Spawn on the right side as the red Swedes, we have Jinik. Does take time to clean up this there, get about 50 coins. And looks like, let's take a look at the natives of the map wall before we see any of the decks selected. There are, looks like 3 groups of natives in this map. We have the House of Vaza, does access to the Royal Arquebus, Swedish skirmisher that can fight along the front line thanks to its high hit points in melee, benefits and promotions, and the Winged Hussar. Up here, we do have House of Witten, which does give access to the Tabant, a hand infantry with high hit points to protect nearby units by absorbing some damage, and Saxon Cuirassiers. And another House of Vaza. So House of Vaza, and House of Witten. Which the only way to get to House of Witten is through crossing the sea.
Commando?
Of course, we do have now this gunman going down. And now we do have a cards deck selected. For the Dutch, we do of course got villagers, 1 bank, increased build limit, 1 bank increases bank limit by 1 and merchant limit, both of them the same. Almosha, House of Nasu, gets a free market wagon with free research, all for the exploration age research, exotic hardwoods, which could be good on this map here for some fishies. Got the Cords of Woods, Pikemen, Hussars, another bank. Actually, this one does not increase the limit either, so good note. Infinite Outpost, Advanced Arsenal, Fencing School, School of Riding School, and Hires Brigadiers. And this does not make them permanent in the saloon. And then, of course, we do have the Halberdiers. We do got the Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Routiers, Cavalry Combat, Refrigeration, and the German Black Riders. Tulips, Speculation, Factory, and Factory. So a lot of, looks like the Dutch player's eyeing for heavy banks. And the Swede does have, of course, the Villager here, and the Advanced Market. Does get the free market wagon, which is useful, but it's a little bit of a weird one to get. He may not be very good at balancing resources to go for that, or is purposely going to focus on a high collection resource to trade, which wood is the least collectible one, if that makes any sense. Wood, gold, hussars. We do got the infantry hand attack, or just hand attack. Just call it hand attack, not infantry or cavalry, and hand defense or hand hit points. Dulet Schulbeck, affordable light artillery, can fire and reposition quickly, as well as good against infantry. Also gives 1 leather cannon and artillery foundry. 2 leather cannons. The Eisenberg Ironworks corps gather coin 100% more quickly from mines. Dominions delivers a number of Torp wagons, and the March of the Halberds increases Acapultites, however you pronounce that, in movement speed, enables them to be trained in the commerce age. We got wood, we got those names I can't pronounce. Platoon fire, Carolines inflict more damage with the range attacks, especially the heavy cap, so increases damage and bonus damage. The leather cannons. Leather cannons can train faster and upgraded to infantry guns. Range cavalry combat. Snaplock Carolines, and that name I can't pronounce. Range and line of sight increase. You know, 3 range for the Carolines, 1 range for the Hoplikeltes, however you pronounce that. Fort wagon allows to your town, allowing to construct a mighty fort. Fighting nearby your forts now causes soldiers to yield twice as many experience points, so it gets an aura benefit from his fort wagons. Jaegers, and trample tactics. factory, and then German mercenary contracts. German mercenaries can be hired from the barracks, stable, galleons, increase all mercenary attack, enables the usage of Black Riders, Landsknechts, and Jaegers from the barracks. Very nice. Neither player has deployed out the trading post just yet. And now we've got the advanced market being pulled out by the Swedes now. We got more torps being pulled out as well, which will help them collect up these resources. Berries. We don't actually see the blueberry card as well. That's usually a staple. Or making them berries a staple. We're going heavy torp wagons there. Looks like there's the torp wagon column there. Which of course does allow them a bit of gold generation and food generation there. There's a free market, which does also result in better trades. And it looks like both players eyeing a little bit idle, so let's fast forward a little bit. We got some skirmishers being put out by the Swedes. Or no, did you just cancel those? You may have canceled those, going for the wood chopping research. The Dutch are actually eyeing for the skirmishers.
Yeah.
So the Dutch eyeing for a bit of a force. Has deployed out the one bait wagon there, since it does increase the build limit, so we need to go for this one first. Now moves on advance forward with a sizable force. And let's see what red is eyeing for defense at the moment. Oh, he is eyeing for the ice card works, get the torp wagons collect faster, place coin faster. These villagers, one villager does go down. He does have access to the next age. He is eyeing for the next age. That's a little bit dangerous. He has no barracks, no military production whatsoever. So it does get the increased health for his villagers. Really doesn't realize he could probably try overrunning that town center. I can do 32 damage. Skirmishers do only do 12. And this will increase the core torp wagons now provide 0.54 gold per second, which is good. It's getting good resource generation, that's for sure, but he desperately needs to get out enough wood for going for a stable. His stables will be useful versus the skirmishers, so he doesn't go for light range, he needs to go for heavy cab. So he has to be careful of pikemen. They will not deploy on the field. Let's see what deploys out. Swedes have plenty of population space at the moment. He has 20 villagers at the moment as well. The Dutch have 25 and has the banks. Multiple torps are going on down. He does have the stable there. You could try camping the stable of the pikemen, which are counter the stable units. And he's eyeing for villager attack that maybe eyeing for actual attacks with the villagers, not necessarily against the elf. There's seen a bit of fire there. Militiamen advancing forward, getting a bit of damage. The next age is almost available. Militiamen started going down. He does get 2 leather cannons here, which are good units, but has a lot of work in front of them. Now he's trying to hit some of these torp wagons. The Explorer hasn't picked on up. He may want to go for crack shot. Leather cannons push forward along with the militiamen. Explorer does go down there. He's eyeing for now the veteran Hapukapelt. It is light cavalry, which the skirmishers will do bonus damage versus.
Casque.
They do have a bit of AoE damage for their range, but nothing too significant. They do have 10 range. The skirmishers do have 20 range. The skirmishers should be fine versus them. Now it's going for shipment of those same units I can't pronounce. The leather cannons could push forward to get some shots onto these skirmishers. Does give a nice hit there. Do 40 damage. They're getting some good hits. These skirmishers have 120 health. They don't do any bonus damage. Oh, they just do bonus damage to infantry, so they will one-shot these skirmishers. Exactly. So he needs to go for any sort of health increase so these leather cannons don't one-shot him. He's trying to get some of these torps now replaced. Not this one just yet. He's also mining for one torp gold mines as well, or copper mines.
Vita.
The skirmishers advancing on forward. Does get a bit of damage there. Pikemen are able to get these guys in melee. Skirmishers getting some good damage. More skirmishers now pulling on the field as well. Looks like he's starting to gauge these guys in melee. These guys do bonus damage in melee with a melee attack, but it's not great though. Yeah, take out those skirmishers there. Of course, these guys are higher age of quality, does get increased health on them as well. Now it's going for more leather cannons. He does get the increased health on these skirmishers there, so the leather cannons won't one-shot them. Now do have 8 skirmishers being pulled on the field as well.
Climb.
We have 7 bank wagons now pulled on the field, which is... doesn't say there's all... Yep, does say the limit there, just I only have to have one selected. So we will get some good gold income. Each one's providing 2.75 gold per second. Got church over here as well. Eyeing for some halberdiers, heavy infantry, which these guys do not do bonus damage to them. They do get, of course, a bit of AoE, which could be effective. Food right now is eyeing for just more villagers at the moment. Question mark, the horsey boys. I'm not sure what he's referring to. We now have some veteran routier pulling the field, both players in commerce age as well. Routier do bonus damage versus light range. Or not light range, just heavy cav. These guys are classified as light cav. More routier opponent fields. It's more or less equal footing there. Skirm's getting some good hits. Other cans making their way forward. No additional damage on them. So they will get some good damage from wounded units. Halberdiers paints it forward. Routiers do bonus damage versus a siege weapon. Light cannons only have 50 pierce range armor. These routier are pretty stacked up, though, so taking a lot of splash damage from both the Puck LT and the leather cannons. More routier now put on the field. The formations were not good for the Dutch, so he took a lot of splash damage. He does take out all the leather cannons here. Those leather cannons decide to fall back, so got the militiamen here, which are not going to be useful. If needed, you could always go with the Rural Arquebus, get some skirmishers. All units hit points by 5%, so there's some good research here if needed as well. In which both players can get some additional torp wagons through this research as well. Like, eyeing for more of those cavalry units. He needs to focus more of a counter units to cease and be more and more on the field. Skirmisher is, of course, a good item for that purpose. Now it looks like the Dutch is eyeing for riding school, which he may be eyeing to get some more routier with that. He does have second town center in the field as well, so he should be able to pull out his merchants pretty quickly. And he does, of course, have both of these, so his merchant increase by 10. So his merchant count does go up to 60, which does also allow him to get a massive possibility for additional military units, while the banks provide some solid gold income at home. He could turtle up and decide for farms at home, use the banks as coin. Won't be a great source there. But he can also eye for some fish out at sea as well to get some more food if needed. Right now, he won't be able to venture out to some of these food sources. This one's probably possible. This one's probably not possible unless his force gets up here. Neither side has gone for trade posts either, and some torque wagons now being employed down south as well.
Ja.
A big amount of Dutch housing going on up. Some of these villagers may get picked off there. And now it's going for the paper cartridge there. Those villagers do get gunned down. May lose some of these housing there. We're here now pushing forward to try and engage them. We do have a falconet here. Respawn doesn't great in this composition. Jeez, these guys have a lot of health. They have 315 health at the moment. He can go for infantry but this is the Dutch. He has gotten quite a bit of research there. Range, hit points, health, and attack increased. Which appears to be his only research he has on them through here. So right now they have about a 50% health increase. 15% there. I'm not sure where the other 35% is coming from. Maybe from the veteran research. He does have the artillery foundry here. He did not get the advanced foundry research. The Dutch has that. Right now, these guys have a lot of health. They do cost 190. The routier presence costs a lot less, so these guys are much higher quality in cost. Nearly cost them twice the amount than routier. Falconet just trying to fire away. High up the skirmish up in melee. Turn over on the Falconet now. Skirmishers just need to be in general A move forward to get some damage. More skirmishers being put on the field. Doesn't have any halberdiers mixed on in to engage in melee. Right now he's in trample attack, so it does get massive AoE damage. Now we got the militiamen being put on the field. Does fall back there. These guys don't have great siege attack. Got some villagers on these mills. Hasn't consumed these berries just yet. Just decided to mix in some halberdiers at the moment. What cards do you have that improve the halberdiers? Infantry combat does affect them.
Ik voel me nu wat sterker.
That's cavalry combat. how much population space do these guys take? They do take 2. I don't have any route here to compare them to. See if they cost any 1. Look, they only cost 1. Yeah, it's hard to say what he should deploy on the field. Route here, these guys do not do bonus damage versus infantry, so the halberdiers would be good versus them if they can get into melee. The problem is, it's sort of hard to get into melee sometimes with a slower unit like this.
Commando.
Skirmishers, however, would be a good item to mix on in with the halberdiers. Let's get some route here. It does get an outpost as well.
Ja.
Man, the Dutch has quite a bit of wood stored up, so you may want to stop collecting so much wood and start eyeing for other reasons there. Falconet may draw some fire, and here comes the trample mode. And halberdiers having trouble connecting. They didn't get a single swing off. There's some good damage there onto these units. Time for more skirmishers. He could try going. No, he doesn't have access to the fort wagon. Not sure what he should deploy on the field. He has been pulling out counters, but they're just simply been not adequate enough. Right now, they're up to 347 health.
Ja.
Going for more research there, eyeing for more skirmishers. He does have all his housing available for population space. So guys, testable force here. Got some Jaegers now mixed on in, which are a skirmisher variant. So they do bonus damage versus heavy infantry, in which his opponent composition, it'll be good versus halberdiers, not good versus skirmishers.
Commando. Ja.
So I'm advancing forward, trying to hit that falconet. Getting some good damage there on the routier, or not routier, onto these units.
Commando.
Routier is now advancing forward. Does drop a good number of them, which is about 600 resources. The falconet is about 500 resources, so it's about an equal trade. More routier being put on the field. I think he has all of his villagers put on the field. Yeah, he has 60. Here what sounds like fishing. Looks like Red's eyeing for a bit of fishing out here.
Commando.
And Taurus I have pushed all the way up here as well on the coin.
Claire.
He is collecting up coin with these villagers there, not solely relying on the banks. So an advance on forward. We see a bit of fire there. We got a force of 66 here. His opponent has a force of 37. Of course, these guys have 2 populations, so just assume about 70 or 60. These 5 here make 70. We also got some priests being plotted a few. Heal up these guys in between the fights.
Redo.
Maybe a good idea to start torching down some of these torps as he sees them being utilized. Sweets right now also only has 52 villagers in the moment. He is going for next age. He may want to hold off for a bit of a timing tack. We do now have the cavalry combat being researched by the Dutch. He needs eyes to go to next age sooner rather than later. He has a bit too much wood collected on up.
Commando.
Now he's eyeing for additional farm there. Farm's not exactly a good source of food. Other food resources, of course, are better. He's not eyeing for an additional resource at the moment. He has multiple states now on the field as well. Corps are everywhere, collecting some more resources. Not sure what this is saying down there. Do now have another. Looks like going for the German mercenary contracts, not for the factories.
Valmiina.
And now I do have the. I think that's going to be the upgrade for these guys here. Yep, that was the upgrade for them. Sizable force here. Has some Jaegers going in. Starting to force down these torps. These guys are quite stuck up there. So on advance forward, trying to get the trample attacks. These routiers need to start engaging. Halberdiers pushing forward as well. Take the damage there. Halberdiers getting some good hits, but they're getting annihilated. There's too many in trample mode right here. Routier are now pushing forward. See a bit of AoE damage. I think these forces are starting going down, but it took a large number of the skirmishers down with them. Skirmishers going to start pushing the way forward, at least try to torch down these torps. The Dutch players not eyeing the next age just yet, trying to get some more routier. Air stable's not being built out as well. Monks are able to heal up this force here.
Valmiina.
A little bit wounded. Homesteading there, which I believe is the gold research, the plant estate research there. It's asking if there's any counters to him. He's doing quite well with the skirmishers, honestly. Right now, his halberdiers are not really spec'd up enough. Oh yeah, he's saying he doesn't want to deploy them out because his opponent could blow out Jaegers. Let's get a bit of damage there. He has a good number of halberdiers deployed on the field. Now he's able to advance to the next age. He needs to get to the next age as soon as he can. And he's going for the cavalry marshal, which may get him some more cavalry, I'm guessing.
Commando.
Right now, the population is 158 out of 200, 165 out of 200. Arsenal has been put on the field, going for some research now. He has actually not gotten the Arsenal research, so these cavalries can be buffed up. And some of these gold mines are starting to be depleted from the torps. So he still is relying on the states for extra gold. Factor wagon now pulled on the field, may get that for more gold generation. Though right now, heavy cannons wouldn't be half bad to engage this force. The Dravants. He is on to perhaps push forward. You have some veteran Hussars here, which Dravants do. Bonus damage versus them. Starting to go to the next age. Getting out more Hussars, more Routier. And does have now one shipment available. Could get out of, well, probably, honestly, Factor Wagon or even the Tulip Speculation wouldn't be half bad.
Yeah.
Let's get some more Routier out in the field. He's getting on for the research now. The red player has a small time window before the research is complete. Does see the damage there. The AoE effects are, of course, still used for the range attack. Now trying to stop those Jaegers from being alive. But having a bit trouble connecting. Routier now gauging melee. Trying to tap those Jaegers up in melee. Skirmishers just need to be in general aim, move forward, hit everything. So right now they're going to move forward. Command forward, getting receiving a bit of extra damage there. He does have some reaches there, going for out some more Routiers. And right now he's just able to get enough mass to overrun these cavalry units. The Swede right now is trying to build up more. He has some resources to work with. Needs more food. He's been neglecting the food. He's getting out some more fishies. The factory wagon is on gold. He may want to set that on food at the moment because he has plenty of gold at the moment. He needs the food. Does kill off that villager there. Priests are here. Got a small force here. Nothing too significant. And the priests do go down. And I think as well, he can't use trample attack. There's just too much force here. Albear's of course keeping them away. That's trying to force down these torps. Jaegers, of course, firing away. Those Routiers do go down. Routiers also pretty accessible for the Dutch since it mostly costs gold. They'll just be brought on in as well. They're getting gunned down as well. And now the factory wagon for the Swede. While more Halberdiers over here, he does have two ships available. May just want to go for the wagon, the factories, or it's tulip speculation because it is something passive. You don't have to worry about it. Barracks kind of going down. These units are charging their way forward, eyeing for the trample mode. Halberdiers trying to make their way forward. Getting some great damage there, and the skirmishers just getting annihilated. And that is the end of the replay. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. We'll have time for one more replay tonight. It's on a somewhat bright map. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another HBars 3 replay. As well on our right side as the blue Incans, we have Kinda Cat. Spawn on the left side as the red Chinese, we have a foreign name. Looks like we're somewhere in Africa because it's bright, sandy, and there's a lot of ostriches with a bit of water in the middle. Let's go ahead and take a look at, until they start seeing the cars, let's take a look and see what natives there are. You of course have the Berber camel riders, the Berber nomad, another secondary villager, still costs the population, and you got the salty camel. The salty camel enraged from carrying heavy bags of salt throughout the desert. Constructs a salt mine, which that salt mine is a gold mine, coin mine, that has a 10,000 gold capacity. This is a really good item here. You can only get another salt camel when the salt mine is also consumed, so you can't just deploy out the salt camel while the salt mine to get another salt camel. Nope, you have to make sure you get plenty. Gotta make sure you get that 10,000 coin collected. I wonder if it's collects slower. Not sure. And up here, same Berber allies. Over here, we do have the Sudanese. Does have access to a fast, costs nice, inflicts melee damage, attacks fast at close range, good for heavy infantry. So that's probably a shock range shock, I'm guessing. Askarari, butchering all these names, powerful, well-drilled African musketeer. And Sonari Horseman, heavy handcraft mercenary from Sudan with hit points and dual armor. I'm not sure what dual armor exactly means. Good against light infantry and artillery. Oh, we do have a trade post here by blue. And we do have cards now selected. The Incans. They do have, let's see, villagers. Woodpick mechanics greatly increase the Chasakui line of sight speed and enables them to pick up treasures. I think that's their unique scout, isn't it? I don't really know much about the Incans myself. Haven't really looked into them. Native Embassy allows you to choose a native ally at your native embassy. The chosen ally will allow you to recruit native warriors, research some of their unique upgrades at the native embassy. So that, let's see, Karib, Machukuchi, and Zipakuchi. I haven't pronounced any of that. Obtainable. It's a consulate. Villagers gather coin from mines faster and last longer. And it's actually 20%, not even 10%. That's actually pretty good exploration age card. Villager coin, Chumiri runners, shock, native treaties. So he's eyeing for a lot of native-based stuff. Native warriors attack and hit points increase, so he is eyeing for a native deck. And since runners is probably related to Chumi runners as well. The Chumi runner native deck. The Samari Sensei Trisquas, however you pronounce that, improve their combat. Which is their scout, if I believe so. So he's going for a scout runner native. The brewing of beer significantly increases the food production of the houses. And allows the priests can gather resource crates and treasures. Villagers, fishing boats, and rafts gather from animals faster, so that's a food, natural food resource. Through strength, training time, and conversion range. Priestess. Priestess deal extra damage against heroes. Fast-moving warrior named Armed with a Mace. Oh yeah, that's the runner. Over here, Jungle Bowman. Here we go. Jungle Bowman and Chumi runners can use stealth. I'm sort of curious about this. Is the scout, right? He can scout 2 out of 1. Somehow he found a second one, or that may have been a shipment of some sort. So the scouts are pushing way forward. Is he going to do something strange with them? Their siege attack's only 5, the hand attack's 6, so it's nothing significant. They do bonus damage, which is mercenary guardian, so they're basically assassins and spies. And they do a lot less damage as a villager, so they do like 1 damage per villager. So he does get them out on the field. Let's see now. Macemen, elite melee infantry combat. Range infantry inflicts siege damage. Increase the runner's hit points by 20%. Military units move faster, so it's eyeing for faster units. All infantry and cavalry train faster. Couriers. And can be toggled. These houses can be toggled onto wood instead of food. And of course, got infinite runners, supporters. Delivers Holocaras. I butchered that. Increase their line of sight. Increase their siege max range, and give them some siege armor. And can call in Bolas warriors, increase their range of damage. We have now these Jimmy runners now being pushed on forward as well, trying to hit the Chinese player. Plus, I won't be able to take a look at Chinese decks. He has deployed out this the porcelain tower there, which gives him generates resources per second. He does have a flamethrower deployed on the field, but the flamethrower is going to be overrun by these shock units. Villagers trying to collect all these crates, taking a bit of damage there, pulls the villagers back in the last moment inside the town center. Very good. And he is forced to bring the villagers on in, take some more damage there. This doesn't block the lightning warriors, so that must have been a native ally he may have chosen. Now these units pulling back. The lightning warrior is a heavy infantry. Able to collect those crates. Right now the Incans are at 19 villagers, the Chinese at 18, so may have lost 1. And he has quite a bit of resource there. He may be eyeing for a fast fortress age. At this rate, that's probably not good because his opponent's going for aggression. His opponent also has 1 trade center. It has the salt mines ready, so you can perhaps get 2 salty camels. And now they have Fortress Age available, and now he's eyeing for the Summer Palace. And remember as well, he just simply tasked villagers to, or tasked the town center to research it. He has to task the villagers to it, so it is a bit more vulnerable to his opponent's playstyle of aggression. This is the Summer Palace, which does give him free bannered armies of his choosing, so you can get a free military force, though it will take a bit of time. Seeing it's calmed down a little bit, let's take a look at the Chinese cards, which is, of course, got the ships, one consulate and export, and adds a small trickle rate as well of export. 1-time muster of villagers, wood, gold, Juko News. Standard army gain Juko News and Step Riders hit points increased. Step Riders Mongolian Scourge. Step Riders do more damage versus villagers and buildings. Keshiks do more damage versus heavy cav. And hand shock infantry, very useful against his opponent's current composition of relying shock infantry. And of course we saw the one flamethrower Castle Rickshaw there. There's a Castle Rickshaw, the flamethrower's already died. Gold arquebusts. Repelling volley, Juko News, and arquebusts do extra damage to light cavalry, shock infantry. Useful there. And heavy infantry. And iron flails, Keshiks, and meteor hammers and hit points increased. And add some range armor to them as well. Send a shipment of units to your consulate. And gold collection rate, all gold, all food. And large number of Imperial Age one. He's eyeing for maybe for a faster Imperial Age. Juko News, Wang Pikemen, Gold Dynasty reforms, making the supposed to be the trash units. Cost more, but also much better. Keshiks, and Step Riders, on true combat, Quang Pikemen, Consados, Keshiks, and meteor hammers attack and hit points increase. Siege weapons shoot fire. Okay, that's just the unit. Flamethrower. Flying Crow, which is the unique heavy unit. All 2 honored flamethrowers improve the rate of fire. And all units get increased attack and hit points. Just general benefits. Right now his opponent is not on next stage yet, getting out some Berber allies. He has pulled up both Berber allies, so he has access to 10 Berber nomads. They still acquire 1 population, but they do have foreign agriculture, but gather natural resources better. Stronger and faster in groups, so if the Berber allies are together, I believe they do collect faster based on that description. So we got native versus non-native. And now we've got the next age as well. It is going to be the Confucian Academy, which does Confucian Academy ships Juko News or arquebus like game when built and generates flying crows automatically. So he's going for free. The Chinese players eyeing for free mass production, but I didn't see the increased build speeds, which I believe does affect these, like the free units as well. So that's a bit interesting. You would assume that he's going to go for this playstyle of free units. He will probably get the cards to increase the production speed of those free units. Now has 1 shipment available. I'm not sure what he's going to go for at the moment. He is going for the Fire Dragon Manual. Just 1 Flying Crow and 2 Honored Flamethrowers. Slightly improve their rate of fire. It also, it says Honored Flamethrower. It sets the Discipline and Honored stat active, so you get 2 free research along with it if you don't already have that research. Very good to know. And increase the attack of, speed of the Flamethrower and the Flying Crow by 10%. This is a unique composition. He is going for the Territorial Armory, which I believe gives him the arquebusts and the whatever the 2-handed swordsmen are called. So we got siege versus natives. Clearly should burn the natives alive, right? Going for disciples as well. Chinese monks. Good for skirmishers, mercenaries, and artillery. His monks out in the field as well. He now is going for a repentant fusilier. which is he's going for outlaws. Okay, or that maybe classes mercenary. I'm not sure if that's classified as outlaw or mercenary. Either way, interesting. Going for some flamethrowers as well. So we got 2 more flamethrowers. We got 4 flamethrowers. Does get out some. Got some this one. 2-unit swordsman. Chang Dao. I butchered that, like I do with most names. That makes advance. I wouldn't console that he went forward. Not any way for me to check. Flamethrowers and flamethrowers pushing forward. Quite a good siege army has. Flamethrowers. They do less damage for shock, which his opponent, we know his opponent's composition is going to rely heavily on the shock. This one, Archon Seer, does less damage for shock, and needs more of these guys. We know his opponent's going for heavy shock, so this could be very bad for red. His army is very vulnerable to those Shimi runners. He only has a handful of these guys. Only 3, it's not a lot. Oh, he has gone for the advanced outpost. Very nice. Not advanced outpost, advanced trading. Great post. Either way, this will quickly go on down. He didn't pull out Salted Camels yet. He was now advancing forward. These Chibi runners are shock infantry. He does have some Repentant Fusiliers, but they do go in the same person shock. They do semi-damage as well, so they're pretty good at this. He's trying to overrun the Flying Crow. Flamethrowers now burning these guys alive, getting some damage. Of course, they still need a bit of a front line, but they're disintegrating his opponent's front line. Most of the flamethrowers are severely wounded. The Incan plane has actually gone through the Fortress Age. You got more of these Dervish, which are the native units. They are classified as not shock. He's out of flamethrowers now. Now we've got a massive wave of Step Riders explode on the field. These guys are not anti-cavalry, but they do still good damage. Step Riders, they're just unupgraded Step Riders. They do bonus damage infantry. The Incan player was going to build for defense, sign for Macemen, and eyeing for more of the Chimu runners. More Repentant Fusiliers now being deployed on the field. They do have 70 damage. They are 300 gold, so they're expensive. 2 populations, so they're actually pretty population efficient. They have good siege attack as well, so they're a good item to mix in this composition. They hit hard, and they will do bonus damage to these shock units. These Step Riders are trying to hit these villagers. They do not do bonus damage to villagers, just infantry. Which I don't believe those are classified as infantry. Unless they are. Villager, land villager, yep. Elite Macemen, they hit hard, but slowly. I got some Chuko news. Unupgraded Chuko news advancing forward. They do not do bonus special shock, but their damage benefits are penalties are minimal. I know it's minus 60. I always look at the hand attack by accident. His opponent has not. The Chinese player has not been counting these siege or shock units all too well. These Fusiliers are supposed to gas to that. Oh, we do now have another Flying Crow. Let's get a good hit there, but he's going to quickly overran before he gets another shot off. Or no, he will get another shot off. Those Repentant Fusiliers just simply here, not in large enough numbers. He needs to take time to regroup his forces. This gold deposit has been claimed, or coin deposit. He's going for the southern coin there as well. Eyeing heavily onto these Repentant Fusiliers. Oh, now got some catches on the field. And they're unupgraded, so the damage output is pretty pathetic. And I see, oh, they are bonus damage for hand shock infantry, which is actually very important right now. But these are not those shock units. There's the shock units. They do move at right now a speed of 6.25. These Keshiks do move faster than them. And his opponent is reading the landscape quite well. He knows his opponent has a good number of Keshiks, so he sent his Dervish non-shock units to engage those Keshiks and then push forward of his shock units to engage Spawn's villagers. We got some Repentant Fusiliers here. They're in small numbers, so they can get overwhelmed. Right now, Blue's doing good job of reading the field. It's not so much. That's what's some irregulars. Oh, we'll see. I went to the French consulate. That's what it did. Always have to look at the flag. Always forget about that. At this point in time, he's losing quite a bit. He may want to pull out anything he can from the French consulate. Something. Another shipment is available. His free banner army is about to come on out as well. Keshiks gains 50 if they're on these runners, but they are disciplined now. But of course, the runners are closing on in. There's a flamethrower there as well. He may want to get them hit firing, literally. The Keshiks all go down there. Without a front line, they got quickly overran. Flamethrower does go down there. And looks like the Chinese player does back of the game as well. Great gameplay by Blue. Red had a good strategy, but I don't think he performed all too well with that strategy. But either way, this is Amgrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And that is probably been my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.